Hello guys, we are here again. Math is Real YouTube channel. You're solving a quadratic function by factoring method when a is greater than 1. The a is this one. So here we realize that the coefficient of the quadratic or the s squared is 3 is more than 1. Still, we can manipulate to use the factoring method to solve it. So we are going to look at it. Here we realize that in case we have 3 here and 3, maybe you want to see if you can get rid of it. You divide here by 3, divide here by 3, divide here by 3. You realize that though you can cancel, but it's not giving you a whole number. So if we go through this method, we are going to have trouble. So there's another way that we are going to use to solve it. We are looking for our factors. So from our previous lesson, the x squared, the 3x squared, we can write it as 3x because we want to solve for x, and then we put another x here. And we are looking for the factors to solve it. So still we can able to use the idea of this crisscross method. So let's use the crisscross method. But this time around, what we are going to do is that we are taking our 4 here, which is the C part, we put it here. And the two numbers that we multiply to get 4 is 1 and 4, 2 and 2. And then we have the middle part here, which is the 8x. So when the coefficient is greater than 1, then we cannot write only the 8. So we have to write the 8x here. Okay. And then we cannot just look at the factors and put it here. And then we say we multiply, we get this. And when we add, we get this. But this time around, we have to put this beside here because it needs to be multiplied to. Okay, so now these numbers we are going to position in such a way that when we multiply this by say 1, and then we multiply this by say 4, and we add it, we're supposed to get this. So let's see here, 3x times 1 will give us 3x, and then 4 times x will give us this. And when we add it, we are not getting the 8, so this will not work. And even when we switch it, you see that the number is going to go up. If we make here 4 and we make here 1, you see that we are getting 12 and we are getting 1 here. That will make 15, so it doesn't work. So we need to use the other factors to see if it's going to work. So let's use the 2 and 2. So we position 2 here, we position 2 here. Now 3x times 2 will give us 6x, and 2 times x will give us a 2x here. And when we add, we get 8. So we see that, oh, this way is happening. This one is working for us. So since we know that it's positive 2, you put positive 2 here, and then you put plus 2 also here. And remember, it's equals to 0. Quadratic is always equals to 0. Okay. So now we have able to use a factoring method to get the factors. So these are the factors right here. So we are going to solve it. We're going to set each of them into equals to 0 and solve for the solution. So 3x plus 2 equals to 0. That means that we have to take the 2 over here. We want to get rid of the 2, so we subtract and we do the same thing here. So we get 3x is equals to negative 2. We want to get rid of this, so we divide here by 3, and we have to do the same thing so that we don't change the equation, and this will turn into 1. So 1x, which is the same as x, give us negative 2 over 3. Okay, or we set this one equals to 0, which is x plus 2 equals to 0. We want to get rid of this, so we subtract here and we do likewise here, and then x is equals to negative 2. So these are the solutions. Negative 2 over 3 and negative 2 is the solution of this quadratic function. Right, let's look at example 2. Example 2. So here too we realize that the a is also greater than 1, and we can still use a factoring method to solve this. So here we try to divide 2 on all the sides. We realize that it's not 2 is not a factor of 15 and it's not a factor of 7, so we cannot do that. So we have to put it here. We write 2x here, and then x here. So 2x times x will give us this. Okay, and then we can still use our crisscross method. So we'll put our 7 here, but here we have to put the negative 15 x here, and we have to put our 2x here, and we have to put our x here. Okay, and then we are looking for the factors of 7, which is 1 and 7. So we put 1 here, we put 7 here. 2x times 1 will give us 2x, and here will give us 7x. We realize that when we add this, we are getting 9. We are no closer to this. So what we have to do is we have to switch it so we can get bigger number, and then we put 1 here, put 1 here, and now when we multiply, we realize that the number is going to be big, but be careful, we need negative 15, so this number have to be negative and this have to be negative, and when we multiply we get a 7 back. And here when we multiply 2x times negative 7 will give us negative 14x, and here when we multiply will give us the negative 1x that we are looking for, and when we put it together we get a 15. So these two numbers here, satisfy the equation, so we position them right here. We set it equals to 0, so we have able to find the factors. So these are the factors of this quadratic function, and then the solution. So the solution, I'm going to make it, I'm going to teach you a quick strategy that you can do here. So here you're looking for the opposite. So the opposite of negative 7, so the x will be, the opposite of negative 7 is positive 7. The opposite of 2 times, opposite of times is division, so you divide it by 2, so that give you that. And then the second one here, minus 1, so the opposite or the flip of it just give you 1, and then you're done. So these are the solution for this quadratic function. Right, let's look at the next example. So here too, we can use the factoring method to solve this. So here we look for the factors. Since it's more than 1, we look for the factors of 10 and realize that it could be 10x and x here. So in the factors of -3 will be 1 and say -3, and you have to add up. When we multiply with all that, you have to add up to give us 13x here. But remember, we have to have our 10x and our x somewhere here. So we multiply this to this, we get 10. We multiply this to this, we get -3. When we add it together, we are no near 13, so it doesn't work. Let's switch. We can switch 3 here and maybe put 1 here, which can be negative. Here give us 30x. 10x times 3 give us 30x, and then this give us 1x. So when we subtract, we're getting 29. So realize that no matter what we do, we are not getting this 1. So that means we have to look at the other factors of 10, which could be 5x and what, and 2x. That will give us 10x. So let's look at that one. So we write our 5x here, and we write our 2x here. So we multiply here, give us 15. Give us 15x, and when we multiply this, give us -2x, and when we add it, boom, we got 13x. So this will work perfectly. So here we put a 3, so +3 here, and here -1 here equals to 0. So these are the factors. We are able to find the factors here of this quadratic function. And then if we want the solution, the x-intercepts or the root or the zeros is just the flips of this. So this x is equals to, the flip of this is -3, the flip of this is over 5. That gives us one solution here. The flip of this, which is the opposite of this, give us +1. The opposite of multiplication is division, so divided by 2. And these are the solution of this quadratic function. I hope this works for you. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Have a wonderful day.